Hi Virgo, happy August. I hope you're doing well. Okay, in your reading, I'm going to clarify, but you've got all people. You've got people galore in here. You've got every single court card from the cup suit. The king, the queen, the knight, and the page. You've got the king of coins and the king of wands. Three kings can speak of serious matters, right? That get resolved, though. They get resolved in a good way, a positive way. But the other two cards that you don't have in here, there can be something too around a custody battle. Someone may be pregnant. Something may involve a child here. There could be a marriage proposal here coming up. But what I want to say too is that I think I can't tell if this is something that's going on in your mind, like if you're wanting these things in the midst of like chaos that's going on around you. Or I think though that the real concrete thing, like that's actually happening, is that there are serious matters that are going on around you. But I think that you could be also using them as an excuse to not pull forward on something. Like I've got responsibilities. Sometimes we do this. We make our responsibilities excuses for why we don't push through and do something that we really want to do, right? You've got 2 5s in here too, which are telling me that these are when we look back and we think all the woulda, coulda, shouldas, or the, to me, what they are is they're dodged bullets, literally, right? Like they're things that didn't work out because they weren't meant to work out, because they would have been catastrophic had they come to fruition, right? So you're anchored in the 5 of Swords, which is telling me that it's too shitty, basically, is what this card means when it's rooted. It's like this cannot go on much longer. Something is at that point where it just can't go on anymore here. And the other 5 card that you've got is the 5 of Coins, right? Which is saying you may need to look at how you're looking at yourself, how you're valuing yourself, right? Are you sacrificing maybe too much for the people that are around you? Because when you've got a whole family like this in here, and you come in with, let's go through, I'm sorry. You come in with the 9 of Cups, okay? Which is normally a wish card, but the card you've got under it is the Judgment card, and you've got the 7 of Swords in reverse. Okay, and you've got the 4 of Wands. I see here. All right. And you've got the Chariot card with the Page of Wands. And the 4 of Cups. All right. You need to snap out of this. These cards are all telling me that there are missed opportunities here, for lack of a better way to put it, but they happened for a reason. They didn't work out for a reason. But with the 4, you've got the Chariot card here. So this is saying you've got to get it together. You've got to get past this. You've got to you've got to get through this, right? I can say sometimes with the Chariot card and the Page of Swords, you've got to grow up, Peter Pan. You've got to take responsibilities for something, right? Okay, give me a moment here. The 7 of Wands I don't like to see in reverse, because that's kind of like I give up, right? It's like I have no desire to fight one more day, right? And the Judgment card is saying, get up and do this, because it's kind of like, you know, all right. All right, the Nine of Cups as your energy, that can really, though, speak of, with this line up here, it can speak of depression. It can speak of your wishes coming true, though, but for that to happen, you've actually got to get moving here. I think that what you're really being reminded of, too, is to don't get distracted from the things that you need to do. And that's why I'm saying I think you might be selling yourself a bad bill of goods here, saying I've got responsibilities for this. And we all do, but after a certain point, it's like we're making them our excuses. All I'm asking you to do is to just check in with yourself about that, because with these eclipses, you could free yourself from a lot of things, right? Or you can hold yourself hostage, one of the two. But I think what you're looking for is internal peace in the midst of craziness, because there are way too many people around you. And sometimes, too, what happens is we get used to the chaos and we don't know what to do when we find the stillness of our minds, right? We're like terrified to look with actually what's in there. That's what you're kind of being asked to do, not be pulled astray and pulled into everyone else's business, when in fact you're being asked to silence your mind and focus so that you can get your life going forward here in a new direction, in a better direction. Okay, don't be distracted from the things that have to be done. Focus, dedication, okay? And there's something too about, you know, you may, it's hard to retain information when we're in the midst of crazy like that, right? But you've got to figure out a way to do this. You're extremely organized constellation. So if you're having a hard time and you're being distracted by all of this that's going on around you, maybe find a different way of processing things. I think you need a timeout too. I think you're extremely divided. These 2 5 cards that are in here, and I'm going to go through the cards, but the 2 5s that are in here in the positions that they're in say that this has been a long time. It's been something that goes on and on and on. The 5 of Swords is where you're rooted. This tells me it's been here. It's where you're anchored. It's like years of stuff, right? And the 5 of Coins that comes in is you know, these 2 cards speak of they're divided. They're divided in where they're going and what their purpose is and what their value is. And it's also financial struggle, but it's how do I handle that? Do I still find the blessings in the time that's really crappy and pull myself out of this? Or do I use it as an excuse to, I'm sorry I'm being so tough on you, but I think that you're really being asked here to step up your game just a little bit. I think, too, the universe is trying to support you. There's something about focus here. Like the word focus keeps coming to mind. Now, that's a focused mind. That's a focused vision. That's a focused desire. It's focus. It's focus and not being distracted, I guess, is where I'm going with that. Okay. Now, the cards that we come in with are the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups. Okay, the King of Cups is showing up as the Knight of Cups. So there's movement here. Okay. Now, again, you're anchored in the 5 of Swords here. Right? It's just saying it's not that it's a missed opportunity. It's that it wasn't meant for you. You know what I mean? The things that, and I'll tell you this too. If backpacking across Europe is something you wanted to do 50 years ago, right? Example would be, and you've got 3 kids in tow. If you want to do it bad enough, you'll do it. If you want to do something, you'll absolutely do it. I think you get to the 11th hour and you may conk out or talk yourself out of something. It's about focus and follow through is what it's about. Okay, not shooting yourself in the foot here. Now, what you're crowned with here is the 3 of Cups. Right? Again, celebration, happiness. That with the Page of Cups in here can be a child. And you've got the Queen of Cups in here too. So this could be a child, right? It can be celebration though. It's in your spot. It's in your periphery. It's in your conscious mind, right? So maybe this is what you're wanting is freedom, celebration, happiness, bursting out. This is the bursting out of something. It's kind of like the Empress. It's the bursting out, but there's no drop spot yet, right? Now, in your past, you've got the King of Coins. Again, the value of value, right? You may be needing money for something in here. Like I said, 3 kings speak of something that's not little, though. It speaks of some kind of authority, something. You may need a bank loan. You may need something, right? You may need something. Now, what's coming up for you within the next year is the Page of Cups. So this can be a child. This can be you going, you know, to upgrade your skill sets. It can be going back to school. It can be moving. It can be having a child. It can be, you know, paperwork. It can be all right, now you come in as the Magician, right? So you can absolutely move a mountain for this. The question is, how bad do you want this? You know what I mean? Because it all comes up to you having to do the legwork to move the mountain for it. And if you won't do that, with the 7 of Wands in reverse, it's saying you've kind of given up the fight. That's a destiny card, though. So it's saying that, you know, it's here. You're just not taking advantage of it. Destinies are opportunities. They're not a given. You need to do the legwork here. And the universe, one of your messages was that they're trying to get you to focus. Your guides are trying to get you to focus. With this many people, though, my gosh, you're going to have to find some peace somewhere. Now, in your environment, you've got the Queen of Cups. This could be your wife, your partner, your mother. It could be a friend. But she needs more of this. Or the person needs more of this. You need to have more fun or do something more in your life. You know, this could be like, you know what, I raised all these kids and now I do want a backpack across. Or maybe, you know, I want kids now. Or something that you think you missed. You're being asked to focus on where you're supposed to go and not be hung up on something that didn't work out, because it didn't work out in here for you. Your messages are, those things did not work out for a reason. You've got to trust in that. Or trust me, I would not be pushing you so hard. I have a big push in this reading. So you're meant to hear this with some vigor. Now, in your hopes and fears, you've got the 5 of Coins. Right? This is being absolutely spiritually bankrupt. It's all in how you're looking at your value in here. You know, maybe you're, you know, it can also be the Martyr card where, again, like I say, I can't do what I want to do because I've got all these responsibilities. I get it. Before someone rapid fires me back in the comments here, I get it. But this reading is the difference between, yes, I've got responsibilities and I've got responsibilities that aren't mine. It's that. That's the difference in this reading. And the outbound is the King of Wands, right? Which, yes, also has responsibilities, but he's very theatrical. He's funny. He realizes the sense of humor in life, right? But you've got in here, you know, you've got things that may have required on a different note. I'm switching now. You may have things on a different note that, you know, were done in excess and now you're paying the piper for it. You know what I mean? It can be things that, you know, financial things, financial patterns maybe that you got yourself into that you can't get yourself out of now. But with 3 kings, like I say, and you've got the King of Coins in the past, that's the energy coming through. So you may need a loan for something. With the King of Coins and the 5 of Coins, it may be delayed, but it'll absolutely come in. And with 3 kings like this, like I say, you know, with a whole family like this, if you're not married with children, example would be, then that's coming for you because it sits right in here. And this is absolutely family stuff for sure. You've got family either all around you smothering you and you need space, which could be the case, or you need to find a new normal that's not chaotic and be okay with hearing what's going on up here, because I think that that might be what you're afraid to look at, what's really tormenting you up there. I don't feel in this lineup that this is a blessing card. I don't. I think it's a depression card. I think that it's been in a long time making. I think maybe what you wanted was this, right? And you gave up trying to find the right person, or it just didn't work out. But the Chariot is saying here, you know, the Page of Wands is a new start, but he's also, you know, three-finger Jack here. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you've got to, like, I don't know where the hell this is coming from. Take the pirate's hat off and just try to do things in a different way. I hope to hell that means something to someone. Yeah, I don't know. The Chariot, though, is a victorious card. It's a card of getting it together. It's a card of, though, getting it together this way so that you can go this way. It's kind of like, you know, growing up and not settling for the things that were okay in your early 20s. You know what I mean? If you want a real stable life now, you've got to put your feet on the ground here and get the show on the road. The Four of Coins, too, honestly, I think someone's depressed in here. I really do. The Four of Cups can be a card, yeah, when the music changes, so does the dance. But it can also be a card of being knocked down so many times that you just don't have it in you to get up again. But I'm telling you, you've got universal guidance in here, and they're wanting you to focus. So this could be that you're just so stuck maybe in the story that you're telling yourself that you're not open to new things. You're like stuck here, like in the defeater kind of, like I've been defeated. I've given up. I've surrendered. You don't want to do that, because I'm telling you, you've got the Nine of Cups in here with the Judgment card, which is saying hit this again. And you've got the Four of Wands, which is absolutely a marriage card. And if you don't have that, this lineup is telling you that's where it's going. You've just maybe got to get out of your own way, because your ships are coming in here and things will be balanced. And it comes in quick. Holy cow. Okay. I think you've just got to, okay, you've got the Two of Swords, right? You're just, again, you're kind of like shut off and protecting yourself. You've got the Three of Wands. Your ships are coming in, but you've got to do something here. You've got the Justice card, which is, again, it's that wheel of, you know, you reap what you sow, right? So again, if you've got some legalities or something that's going on here and you feel like you've been wronged in some way, this is heavenly justice. It's you reap what you sow. And here comes the Knight of Swords. So it's coming in quick, right? This will change quick. And what I'm noticing here is the majority of this reading, you've got 2 coin cards. That would tell me if the majority of this reading were coin cards, it would say this would take a long time to resolve. They're not. This will not take long to resolve. You've just got to focus on something. All right. Peace is key here, because I think you're distracting yourself. I'm going to be honest with you. The King of Cups and the whole Cup family is all emotions, right? You've got to put some reason in here, because we've only got one sword card, and it's the 5. And a 5 is not, a 5 is kind of like it's not a healthy card in here, and that's where you're anchored. It's funny, too, because what people don't realize is this Queen of Cups here can absolutely be a Queen of Swords. So, I've seen in readings where this will come together, and don't underestimate this card. If you're this person, right, and you're letting everyone walk all over you, it's time that you stop and you really take on your air element, right, and get your mind going in a direction that is not so, you know, martyrly, I guess is the only way I can put it. And I do say these things with kindness and compassion, but I can also see you're tripping yourself up. And with these, with these eclipses, you could set yourself free. It's just, will you do it? You guys are really, you're tough to get out of you're very fixed in your ways. Okay. You've got, clarifying this, I think this is, okay. The King of Cups and the Knight of Cups. The clarifier is the Four of Hearts, which is the Four of Cups, which did come up over here, like I said. Where is it? It's like you've given up. But your clarifier here is the Four of Cups, but it's also a home. This could be a bank. This could be a purchase of a home. It could be a sale of a home. To me, sometimes this card really means a bank, and you come in with the King of Coins, so you may be getting money for something here. Again, with three kings, these are there's something going on here aside from maybe the other thing, but let's see here. Let me see what the King of Coins is so we can figure that out. It's a lawyer. Okay. So, and it's the King of Swords. Another king. So now you've got four kings. A king defining a king. This is legal matters for sure. Okay. So this more than likely is a bank or, you know, some kind of institution like that. Give me a moment. I need to clarify this stuff because there's too many people in here. But you may have a lot of people that need to be involved in something. This could be like it can involve children, a child. It can be, okay. See, I'm not liking this. The Five of Swords, where you're anchored, you've now got trap. And it's the Three of Swords. This can be something, you're stuck in the past on something here. You're not letting something go is what that's about. Again, though, like I say, your message loud and clear with this Five of Swords is that it wasn't meant to happen. Okay. Now, the Three of Cups that I'm crowning this reading with, you've got the Page of Cups in here. Now, the Page of Cups is what's coming up for you. So, if you're single, this person is coming up for you, right? It can be a friend telling you how they feel about you. It can be someone like that. It can be a proposal in here, too. You've just got to get over this hump because you come in with, you've got the Four of Wands, too, which is a marriage card. Let me see. Okay. I know where the three-fingered Jack is coming from now. You've got Thief in here, which is, it's showing up, clarifying this. This can be, though, someone stealing your heart. It can be. But it's the Page of Coins. So again, it can be someone It can be, if you know who you're doing business with is what I'm going to say. Know who you're doing business with. On a lighter note, it could be someone that steals your heart for sure. But I know who they were in this lineup here. All right, now with the Magician, I think what you're trying to muster up is some money here. You're trying to figure out a way to bring in some money here. And you've got the Seven of Wands. Okay, this is the bring in some money. It's the Seven of Wands. It's also, again, if you just focus, here is the Seven of Wands too. It was the card that was in reverse. If you just focus, honestly, if you just focus, you'll be able to pull in whatever it is that you want that this is about. The King of Wands is a good businessman too. That would be someone who would be a business person. Could be a lawyer, a banker, a, you know, bread baker or whatever. I mean, he could be. Okay. Important revelation here. Important revelation. It's the Four of Cups. So, if you did have that card too. These are the same exact cards. There is a revelation here. You find out something. This is in your home environment. You may find out someone's pregnant, or you may find out something, but the Four of Cups, I'm sorry, this is the Four of Diamonds. Money is coming in for you. I changed, hang on. This is the Four of Diamonds, but it speaks of important revelations. There is money here somewhere. Like I say, with these three kings in here, you'll get, you know, you'll get what it is that you're looking for, whether it be financial or value, something of value. Okay, now I'm clarifying the Five of Coins. You've got the Six of Cups, which is love. There's something coming in here. There is love coming in here. You've just got to get out of your own way here. I don't think you're able to get past something, but something new is waiting right here for you. All right, I wanted to clarify this again. You get victory here, which is another 5. You get victory. This is just telling you, you know, you may find out something about someone that you really had interest in, and you find out something about them and realize that they're not who they thought they were. That's what 5s are. They show us their crisis points. They show us our behavior in certain areas, you know. Good, bad, or indifferent, right? But 5s are areas where they say things didn't work out because something better was coming. And the outbound card here. Now, clarifying this King of Wands, you've got loss of money and you've got the Five of Swords, which is this, where you're anchored in. So I don't know really what you're doing here, in all honesty. You're either repeating something that's harmful. It's not working for you. It's working against you. You've got to do something new. You've got to do something in a different way, because how you've been doing something, even though it's not working, you're repeating the pattern over and over and over again. That's what's happening here. Your message is coming in where you need to clear your mind, get some focus in here. If these are actual people, you've got to determine what's yours and what's not yours and find some calm space for yourself, because I think that what you're wanting for yourself, there's a difference here between what's really going on in your life and the story that you're telling yourself. And you're trapping yourself, because where you're sitting here with the Three of Swords is you're not letting something go. The Three of Swords is it can be something that happened. It can be the loss of something. The Three of Swords to me is never, it can be, it's more of the Death card than the Death card, right? So it can be something that you're not letting go of. It can be something from the past that you just don't want to let go. You know what I mean? It can be a health issue too that just is costing a fortune, or maybe that's where this is headed. If you know, there's just way too many people in here for me to decide. This is definitely, you've got something going on around you. With this many kings in here, this is either some kind of legality, some kind of real estate thing, some kind of malpractice thing. There's something going on in here, but your message is coming in. We're just that you've got to focus on something. And if this drama is what you're smacked in the middle of, you've got to remove yourself from it. And if you're saying that I can't do this because it's my responsibility, the universe is saying that's crap. So I'm just telling you that straight out. You're taking on more than is yours. You're supposed to be doing this, but you're not. So there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way. I know that this was a bit brutal, but it is what it is, right? I'm just the messenger. You've got cards of deceit in here, but I think, guys, in all honesty, I think for the majority of you, you might be doing it yourself, or you're in a real pinch right now and you're trying to get yourself out of it financially. But the key to that is not this. It's to do something different. The King of Wands always has something cooking up here. He always has something going on, some new plan, some new something. So try to muster that up. And if you're looking for money here, figure out a new way to pull it in. That may be going back to school. That may be updating a skill set. It might be doing something like that. But your main takeaway from all of this, I heard very, very strong, is focus. You need to focus here and not be distracted. So there you go.